What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today is the day. I didn't mention this morning, but a lot of people have been actually getting their unemployment checks, their unemployment refund checks today. Today is the day that the IRS said they would potentially be going out. We knew from many people here in the community that a lot of people were seeing that their payments were pending. When they checked their bank accounts, there was a pending payment of X amount of dollars. Well, the good thing is those payments actually went through. Today, a lot of people, now according to reports, there should be millions of Americans that are getting this unemployment income refund check today. However, the IRS has been pretty silent as to how many checks are really going to go out. The last number we heard was anywhere between 7 million and 11 million people would be getting this money. So as of right now, we'll just have to wait and see what the IRS says. But reports indicate that the majority of people should be getting a check anywhere between $1,000 and $2,400. So that's kind of where things are at right now. Just understand this stimulus money, this check that is going out, it's not a fourth stimulus check. These are the unemployment income tax refunds for people that overpaid prior to this bill actually passing. So if you filed your income taxes and you collected any unemployment in 2020, if you filed your income taxes before March 11th, or even probably a couple weeks after that, then you would have paid unemployment income tax into the IRS. However, they will be refunding that money back and it will all be coming automatic. So you don't have to do anything there. The good thing is if you get a direct deposit, that's how you file your taxes, if that's how you paid or that's how you got your refund, and that is how you received your second, third stimulus checks, then just understand the IRS is going to send you a direct deposit right into your bank account. So as of right now, you could potentially just go into your bank account, log in, and you could potentially see an extra $1,000, maybe $2,400 in unemployment income as a refund check. So make sure you go and check that out, go and look, and come back and let us know, did you get your payment? If so, great. All right, so here's another big thing that we've been hearing. And I stated yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, that I didn't want to speculate on President Biden's meeting with Senator Shelley Moore Capito because we were getting conflicting reports. Some say that they made progress. Other reports are saying that no, they were still very far apart and that they were going to meet again on Friday. That is what we heard yesterday. Well, today, what we are hearing is that President Biden has now agreed to keep the spending of his infrastructure package at just $1 trillion. At $1 trillion. This is where a lot of reports are indicating that the Biden administration and the GOP, they're very close to getting a deal done. They are very close to getting a bipartisan deal done, and this could actually be good news for an additional stimulus check, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But if you remember, the GOP came in with a $658 billion infrastructure package. Very little. The Biden administration came in at $2.25 trillion. However, they then, a couple weeks ago, they decided, let's go from $2.25 trillion down to $1.7 trillion. Well, as of yesterday, in the meeting, according to reports, it is said that President Biden lowered his offer. He is the one that lowered his offer from 1.7 down to $1 trillion. So he wants to take this $1 trillion in spending. He wants to spend it over 8 years. This is $1 trillion in new funding. This does not account for roughly $400 billion that is already being worked out. So just understand, he's bringing his $1.7 trillion offer down to $1 trillion because $400 billion is already going to be spent. And this is going to go to other things. So I'll address that in a different video. But what we know is that the agreement is President Biden will not, okay, I repeat, he will not push for the 28% corporate tax rate increase. He's not going to do that at this time. He still wants it, according to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki. President Biden still wants to see a 28% corporate tax rate increase. However, he's not going to push for it. He's going to settle. He's going to keep it at 21%. This is exactly what the Trump administration did. And the difference is, okay, he's going to continue to fight for it, but the big difference is he wants to see a minimum corporate tax rate of 15%. That is for large corporations. That is at least according to multiple reports. Now, these are coming out from CNN, Fox News, The Washington Post, and Politico. So I believe these are fairly accurate. Now, one report is indicating that the reason why President Biden decided to drop the push for the 28% corporate tax rate, number one, because he didn't have Democratic support. Nancy Pelosi could not get the support in the House, and Chuck Schumer couldn't get the support in the Senate. So President Biden didn't want to make it look like the Democrats were falling apart, kind of how they are at this point. He wanted to make sure that they were looking somewhat united in front of the American people, but reports indicate that's not the case. They are somewhat falling apart because they're all fighting amongst each other. We also know one of the reasons why President Biden did not want to go down that route as far as mandating that 28% corporate tax rate has to be in here in order to pay for this infrastructure package is actually because, according to a few advisors, they let him know that large corporations that were supposed to be paying the 21%, they were paying zero. Their effective tax rate was zero, simply because they found loopholes, they found ways around it. They didn't have to pay taxes. So going from fighting for 21% to push up to 28% when the largest corporations in the United States aren't paying that 21% anyway, that was just a losing battle. So the advisors told President Biden that he would most likely not have to worry about that because they won't pay the 28% anyway. So he's effectively just dropping that. That was one of the agreements. Now, after the reports came out, I told you guys this probably a few weeks ago. If President Biden keeps lowering his offer, if he keeps taking stuff out, if he keeps agreeing to whatever Republicans are trying to put out there in front of him, what's going to happen is he's going to alienate the progressives. He's going to make Democrats very upset. Well, after these reports came out, many lawmakers were extremely upset. Many progressives wondered why President Biden keeps lowering his own offer when Democrats have all the power right now. Some want to know whether he was serious about passing big and bold legislation to truly help the American people, and some question his intentions behind the social infrastructure package. And this is where things get very interesting. We know as of right now, the social infrastructure package is the one with the extension of the child tax credits that has free community college. This is where child care and elder care are included as well. There's other things in here also. And this is potentially the one where if we see a fourth stimulus check, and I don't think it will be recurring, I don't think it's going to be monthly. If we see a one-time payment of a fourth stimulus check, it's going to be in the social infrastructure package, the American Families Plan. Okay? So what we need to understand right now, based on everything that's been happening at this point with the current infrastructure package, some say it is sounding more like Democrats are okay with letting President Biden get his bipartisan package through with Republicans. Do that with the American Jobs Plan, which is this infrastructure package, and they will then take over and pretty much modify, completely adjust the social infrastructure package to better fit the needs of everything that is missing in the current package. So what we're hearing is that if it's not in this package, if it's not in this bipartisan infrastructure bill, it will be included into the next one. The next one will pass through a budget reconciliation. That one will pass very quickly. However, I can tell you right now, a budget reconciliation does not pass quickly. It takes time. So one thing I just want to address is that right now, there's a lot of discussions going on. There's a lot of people angry that President Biden is just lowering his offer when there's really no need to. But yet, there is a reason for this. According to reports last week, the reason why President Biden keeps lowering his offer is because he wants to take up other legislation. He wants to pass other things, but he doesn't want to do it until the fall. This is the report that I brought you last week. All indications are pointing to the fact that President Biden and the Democrats want to pass a large, big, bold package of sweeping legislation. They want to do this in the fall. They want to do this after the unemployment and the benefits expire. They want to do this obviously after the eviction moratorium is over, the federal eviction moratorium. They want to do this after we see the results of the stimulus checks. They want to do this after we've been through the summer where people are traveling, school is out, the kids are 12 and older, can't get the vaccine. Will we reach that goal of the 70% vaccination rate here in the United States? Maybe that's supposed to happen by July 4th. Will we reach that? Maybe. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Or we could completely miss it. But according to reports last week, and again, these reports keep coming up, lawmakers keep mentioning these same things, is they want to wait. This is exactly what happened last year. And it was tough. It was extremely tough last year to sit here and watch millions of Americans suffer, get kicked out of their homes, not have enough food to eat simply because Congress wanted to wait and see. And then they would pass meaningful legislation. And then we find out that Nancy Pelosi didn't even want to pass any legislation. She was never going to agree with whatever Republicans wanted simply because she knew if she hesitated, if she delayed long enough, it wouldn't pass. And then Joe Biden would become the next president, which is exactly what happened. And now Republicans want to do the exact same thing back to Democrats. So right now, they're going to play a political game with the lives of the American people. And it's not just Democrats, it's Republicans. It is every single lawmaker out there. I can tell you right now, that we are going to be in for a very tough summer. It's going to be very difficult because chances are, if we see anything done, it will be this $1 trillion or maybe lower infrastructure package. It will be bipartisan, which technically bipartisan simply means it's going to be a GOP proposal and then Democrats will just vote for it. Just getting out of the way so that they can have their budget reconciliation and pass something in the fall. So right now, what I can tell you, just wait and see. Just wait and see what is coming because honestly, we don't know. The fourth stimulus check, okay? Let me just mention this because a lot of people keep saying it's not going to happen, it's never going to happen. These are the same people that were saying we're never going to see a second stimulus check, but we got a second stimulus check for $600. Then the same people said we're never going to get that other $1,400. There's no way that's going to happen. President Biden lied, right? And then guess what happened? We got that third stimulus check is for $1,400. So do I think there's a possibility you see a fourth stimulus check? Yes, I do. But chances are this will be thrown into the mix within, let's say, a week of the bill actually passing. It's going to go through the House. It's going to be voted on. It will probably be passed, right? The social infrastructure package. Then the Senate, when they start negotiating and arguing and be like, hey, I'm going to give you this, but you got to give me these stimulus checks. What we're going to see is the stimulus check talks are going to come back. They're going to come back in full swing. The Senate's going to be debating this, negotiating this, and probably within days of the bill actually passing and getting to that point where, okay, we settled on a deal, that's when the stimulus check's going to be thrown in. Whether it's for $300, $600, $1,000, $1,200, $2,000, we don't know. We just don't know. But what we do know is that these negotiations are just starting to ramp up. And I wish I could tell you, I wish I could give you an answer. Wish I could tell you exactly what's going to happen, what there is in the end for the American people. But right now, it's just extremely important to stay updated on what we're hearing. And I say this because even though the American people don't have a huge say, individually, as to what goes into these bills, collectively, all of us combined have a huge voice. All we gotta do is call or write our legislators, call or write our state representatives, let them know, hey, I think you're doing a good job here, but I wish we had additional child tax credits. I wish we had an additional stimulus check. Doesn't have to be monthly, but I'm personally behind by, let's say, $800. If I had an additional $800, I can pay this bill and that bill and that bill, get back on my feet, be good to go to work, don't have to worry about a thing, right? State representatives want to know exactly how you're doing. Give them details. Give them details. Call them, leave them a voicemail because chances are they're not going to answer, or send them a letter, email them. Let them know how they are doing and how they could better serve you. That's the voice we have collectively. So if you want to do anything right now, call, email, send a letter, whatever you want to do that so that your state representative knows exactly how you believe they are doing on their job. So that's all I got for you guys today. I just wanted to provide you with this update on the big news that President Biden is agreeing to Republican terms. that's huge. We'll see how this goes and how this plays out. We do know Republicans, or the GOP, and President Biden will meet sometime tomorrow to further discuss where they're at. And my guess is that Shelley Moore Capito is the GOP negotiator, the lead negotiator. She will probably come back tomorrow with either, okay, this is what my caucus is saying. This is what the GOP wants to do. We agree here, we don't agree here, right? That's probably what's going to happen tomorrow. So as always, I'll come back on tomorrow morning, fill you in on any updates that we hear tomorrow morning. I will also fill you in on any updates throughout the day, tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow evening as well. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.